Hi, this is Liv with Austin Underground, and I'm here with Earth Tongue. How are you guys today?
We're good. Yeah, we're just waking up, exploring the city for the first time, and yeah, feeling good.
Is this your first South by Southwest?
Yes, it is.
I think
Yeah.
I saw on your Instagram you said like you're excited to come to the U.S. Have you guys not played here before?
Nope, we've never played here.
Oh wow, how is it so far?
Well, I've actually been a bit sick, so we landed a couple of days ago, but yeah, I just had to rest.
Oh, fair,
And so
fair.
now today is my first time like walking around.
Awesome.
Yeah, so feeling good. Yeah.
I hope it's fun. You guys have been playing together for quite a while now, but I've seen that you both work in other outlets, like you do some film, and you have another musical project. How is that other touring and other creative experiences had an effect on the Earth Tongue sound?
Yeah, I mean, like Earth Tongue started as a kind of side project. I have another band called Mermaidens, and yeah, that's a band I've been playing in for over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it kind of started as this like the sound of the two bands was more closely linked, but as we've written more music together, we've developed quite a distinctive sound. So that's been quite cool to sort of differentiate the two bands from each other.
Yeah.
And obviously with just having two people in the band, like there's that limitation, yeah, which I think makes for really quite interesting music.
For sure.
Yeah, and Ezra, do you want to talk about your...
Yeah, well, I mean, being from New Zealand, like the scene is super small. It's a country of only 5 million. You can kind of only play shows in like 4 cities, like mostly, with like, you know, proper music venues and stuff like that. So that just means that most musicians in the country, like we have to have other jobs, other forms of income. Like
Right.
touring internationally is, yeah, super expensive because we're so far away. But it also creates like a really kind of small, close-knit scene that's real special. But yeah, it's real nice to finally be over here doing it in the States.
Awesome. I saw, speaking of like the scene, that you guys just signed with In the Red Records.
Yeah.
And you said that the label had a lot of influence on you guys. Do you have a lot of like independent influences? Like, are you really involved in the independent scene in New Zealand? I don't know. You said it's pretty small, but I know LA probably has a pretty big influence there.
You want to talk about?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I mean, we're, yeah, just from being from such a small place, we kind of like don't have the concept of like, oh, you could like make it big and like go, you know, play in London and this place. And so we kind of like, we just sort of focus in and, yeah, there's sort of this sense of freedom and, I don't know, like a lack of pretentiousness.
Yeah.
Because you're just playing to your peers and there's a real like DIY ethos in New Zealand. Yeah, we have a really great independent scene. It's just really challenging to get your music to reach further because, you know, we don't have very many like record labels that can, you know, that have a name for themselves. Yeah, so signing with In the Red is like really, really special because, of course, we've followed a lot of the bands on the label, and yeah, it just feels like a really good home for our new record.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are the mic levels okay? Okay. That seems really similar to the Austin music scene from like the 80s and 70s. Like it was very cheap here and people were just like making music for fun and there wasn't a lot of big breakout acts, but just a really like close-knit community scene.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say like, unfortunately, it's not cheap to live in New Zealand. Like
Yeah.
that's a real limitation as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of challenges.
Yeah. see that you guys make a lot of music videos and direct them yourselves.
Yeah.
I love all of them. They're so cool.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
They're very cinematic. They remind me a lot of like vintage horror, but also like spaghetti westerns combined with like some 70s psychedelics. Are you inspired by any media in particular for those?
Yeah, I mean, like 70s and 80s kind of weirdo horror sci-fi films is like kind of our thing. And yeah, like I shoot everything on analog formats on Super 8 and 16mm film. I kind of got into that through making our first music videos like 6 or 7 years ago and figuring out how to do it myself, being quite inspired by like, I don't know, like Peter Jackson, the famous New Zealand director's like early DIY films.
Yeah.
Shot on wind-up cameras and that kind of aesthetic. So, yeah, inspired by stuff like that. There's a few other music video directors from around the world that I've been following pretty closely, and yeah, just had fun figuring out how to do it.
Yeah.
Like for kind of like risk-free for our own band.
Yeah.
And now it's like 50% of my job.
That's awesome.
Playing in the band and doing that for other bands. So
have you guys?
Yeah, it's something we actually think about the music videos when we're writing the songs.
Yeah,
it's super important.
That's what I was thinking too. Is they're very like cohesive. If there was like a vision in mind when you're writing an album, like for the look of it.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, like our first record that came out in 2019 was more of like the sci-fi one, and the one that we're just rolling out now was more of the horror one.
Yeah.
So who knows what we're going to do next.
Awesome. Have you guys ever seen The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra?
No, not
It's like a recent movie, but inspired by like 60s like sci-fi movies, and it's really like cheesy and silly, but like it's really funny.
Yeah.
That's like what it reminded me of.
What's it called again?
The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra.
I'll check it out.
Have you guys always been really interested in like the kind of medieval or sci-fi like imagery?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the band was kind of an opportunity to just tell really silly, fantastical stories. And yeah, I mean, I have my other band for the more kind of personal, emotional lyrics. And so Earth Tongue's always been like just this exploration of, the weird and wonderful.
Yeah, your lyrics seem very like big picture, like storytelling. I was curious if they were all kind of like separated from personal life and just more about like kind of a storytelling medium.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They I don't really have a much of a like personal emotive attachment to the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's more that, they're kind of imagery based.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything about that? You write a lot of the lyrics too.
I feel like imagery can be like a really strong reflection of like your sense of self too, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think I have an Earth Tongue persona, like a dark side of myself.
Yeah.
In the lyrics that I can like bring out with the live performance as well.
I think it's fun to have a project that and like we do take it pretty seriously, but in a lot of ways we don't as well. We're not like super precious about having profound meaning behind the lyrics and stuff like that. It's just about creating kind of a fun world. Like juicy visuals and tying that together. Like it's just fun.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, I love that. I feel like even though like it was made just for fun, like you can kind of look into it and like maybe listeners can read their own things into it.
Absolutely, yeah.
We've
had people really dive into the meanings and like pull out things and essays that are like absolutely not what we intended, but like we love it.
That's awesome. So you guys are releasing a new record soon?
Yeah, it comes out June 14th.
Awesome. And you just released your first single
from it,
right?
from it, yeah.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Oh, thanks.
Well, cool. Are you guys going to be going on tour for that?
Yeah, we're we've just announced a little tour around New Zealand, and then we're going to go to Europe for like the whole of summer.
Awesome.
We've got like 50 shows booked over there.
Cool.
And then we hopefully, one thing we want to get out of South by Southwest is start talking to some US booking agents. So we don't have anything lined up for the US, but we would really love to come back.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like social media that we could find you on? I know you have Instagram and.
Yeah, Instagram's the main one for us. It's just Earth Tongue. What else? We're not on TikTok.
Bandcamp,
Spotify, Facebook,
YouTube.
all of them. Yeah, we're trying to build up that YouTube too. We've got heaps of good music videos coming out in the
Cool.
next little while. So,
Awesome.
I mean, we think they're good.
I'm sure they are. Cool. Well, everyone check out Earth Tongue on all of their platforms. And this is Austin Underground. See you guys next time.
Cheers.